Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to a third episode of Never Thought of It That Way. Imagine a storage device so powerful that it can hold equivalent of 3 million hours of video. That's over 300 years of continuous footage. A device that doesn't just store, but learns, adapts, rewrites itself based on emotions, experiences, and logic. A device that processes around 70,000 thoughts per day, stores over 2.5 petabyte of data, and transmits signals faster than a speeding sports car, all while using less energy than a dim light bulb. That device isn't man-made, it's the human brain. And no human-built supercomputer even comes close. So who created such a magnificent, ultra-efficient, and profoundly intelligent system in such a compact form? It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we never thought of it that way. The brain's storage capacity is estimated at a mind-boggling 2.5 million gigabytes. That's enough to store millions of books, absorb entire libraries, and hold a lifetime worth of emotions, images, sounds, and memories. But unlike computers that store raw data, your brain compresses it, links it, and recalls it instantly with deep emotional context. Who gave us such a processor that doesn't just store, but understands? It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A man-made hard drive is built from plastic, metal, and magnets, spinning platters of aluminum or glass coated with magnetic material, all enclosed in a solid casing. In essence, it stores information on metal. But now, look at the divine miracle of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All the data, memories, emotions, calculations, and creativity are stored on a soft piece of flesh, the human brain. No wires, no chips, no casing, just flesh, created by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, functioning with a precision no man-made machine can match. Now think about this. Your brain doesn't treat all information equally. It filters it intelligently through these remarkable stages: sensory memory, short-term memory, and long-term memory. For example, you walk through a noisy street filled with people and signs and sounds, but your brain filters out the clutter and zooms in when someone calls your name. That's sensory memory at work. Then comes short-term memory, like when you remember a phone number just long enough to dial it. And finally, the long-term memory, the reason why you never forget Surah Al-Fatiha or how to find your way home. Who taught the brain what to ignore, what to keep, and what to forget? It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Inside this miracle organs are 86 billion neurons, each forming up to 10,000 connections with other neurons, creating over 100 trillion pathways of communication. These messages move at a lightning speed up to 268 miles per hour. That's faster than most race cars. When you touch something hot, your brain reacts before you even consciously register pain. When you smell your favorite dish, memories flood back in an instant. Sight, sounds, even feelings from decades ago. Try asking a computer to do that. It would take hours to sift through endless files. But your brain, instant recall. Who created this living, learning network that outperforms every machine on earth? It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then there's forgetting, often seen as a flaw, but it is actually a divine mercy. Imagine if we never forgot pain, heartbreak, or every mistake we made. Life would feel unbearable. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in His mercy, designed our minds to retain wisdom while letting go of the weight of the past. Forgetting helps us heal, grow, and move forward. It is part of Allah's perfect plan. Every memory and its loss are under His wisdom. Now consider the Quran. Unlike any other book, millions of people around the world have memorized it cover to cover without flipping through pages or searching through indexes. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Holy Quran,
وَلَقَدْ يَسَّرْنَا الْقُرْآنَ لِلذِّكْرِ فَهَلْ مِن مُدَّكِرٍ.
And we have indeed made the Quran easy to memorize. So, is there anyone to memorize?
And indeed he has. People of all ages and backgrounds, from children to elders, recall any verse at any moment. It's not just mental, it's spiritual. The Quran strengthens memory, reshapes thoughts, and rewires the brain for reflection and peace. Who gave the brain the ability to hold and protect divine revelation? It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Even when we sleep, the brain doesn't shut down. While the body rests, the brain sorts through memories, cleans out toxins, repairs itself, and prepares you for the next day. It dreams, it solves problems, it heals emotional wounds. Machines need downtime to reboot, but the brain operates with divine continuity. Who made a system so complex, yet so seamless, so efficient, yet so graceful? It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And even now, scientists are baffled. They can map the brain, scan it, model it, but they cannot replicate it. No AI can mimic its emotions, depth, or wisdom. No supercomputer can match the speed, memory, and subtlety. Who made the human brain capable of learning, feeling, adapting, and understanding all in one? Who filled it with neurons that form more connections than stars in the galaxy? Who made it so vast, so powerful, so elegant? It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we never thought of it that way. As we zoom out from the folds of the human brain into the stars of the universe, we are reminded that every intricate design, no matter how small or how vast, points to the unmatched wisdom of its creator. Allah's signs are not just above us, but within us. And we never thought of it that way.